Hello and welcome to day 3 of our environmental science lab. Today we will be going over topographic maps. We will begin by speaking about verbal or word scale, ratio scale, and we're going to define other terms for topographic maps. Here's an example of a topographic map. This map shows Stone Mountain Park, which is just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. To begin with our definitions, there exists a numerical relationship linking the distance across a map and the same distance across a region. This relationship is called scale. We have two types of scale: verbal or word scale. Here's an example: 1 inch equals 1 mile. Our next example, ratio scale. You have to be able to show that you know how to convert between verbal scale and ratio scale. We'll begin with verbal scale. We have 1 inch equals 1 mile, and that converts into what? We begin by setting up our problem. We put our miles on top, our inches just below it, and what we're going to do is we're going to insert one measurement to cancel out another measurement. Here we go, 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. We use that to cancel out the inches. We move on, 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. So now we have the ability to cancel out feet, and we have the ability to cancel out miles. And that's what we want to do because the ratio does not have any labels in it. Now that we've inserted and canceled out all our labels, we go and look at the numerical part of the values and we multiply those across. And what we have is 12 times 5,280 divided by 1 times 1 times 1. Let's go ahead and simplify that. And here we go. Here's our answer. So if 1 inch is equal to 1 mile in the verbal form and the ratio form, that's 1 to 63,360. Let's move on to our next one. Let's say 1 inch equals 5 miles in verbal form. Okay, what is that in the ratio form? We move back to our setup. Here we have 5 miles over an inch. And again, what we're going to do is keep inserting labels to cancel out all the labels, all the words, all the verbiage to just come where it's just clean numerical values. Across the top, we have 5 times 12 times 5,280. Across the bottom, 1 times 1 times 1. We clean that up, and here is our ratio. So 1 inch equals 5 miles, and as a ratio, that's 1 to 316,800. Oh, we're not through yet. Let's try it again. Let's say 1 inch is equal to 20 miles. What is that in ratio form? And I think y'all might get the hang of it, so we're going to go through this one a little bit faster. And we multiply across the top. So here we have 1,267,200 to 1. So we go ahead and plug that in. And here we go from verbal to ratio. Now, let's try it the other way. Let's say our ratio is 1 to 50,000. What is that in the verbal form? Let's say we're looking for inches to feet. We set it up like this. We have in the ratio form 50,000 inches. We put that over 1. Now what we're trying to do is what we're converting to, we want to put on top. In this one, we need at least one of the labels to survive because we're moving it from ratio, which is just the values, to verbal, which has words. And again, we're going to insert measurements until all of them cancel out except for 1. So here we go. 1 foot equals 12 inches. The inches cancel out. We have our feet on top because that's what we're looking for, is feet. Let's multiply across. 50,000 times 1 foot divided by 12 times 1. Let's clean that up. And here we go. So let's go ahead and plug that in. So if we have a ratio which is 1 to 50,000, in verbal form, 1 inch equals 4,166.77 feet. Let's try another one. If the ratio we're going to keep the same, in verbal form, we're looking for 1 inch equals how many miles? We set it up again, having our inches on top. And like I said again, we put in our conversion factors, and we need at least one of the labels to survive so we can move it from ratio to verbal form. We multiply across, and we clean that up. Boom. And here's our answer. So if our ratio is 1 to 50,000, in verbal form, 1 inch equals 0.789 miles. Oh, we're not through. Let's try it one more time. Let's convert 1 inch into kilometers because we've done everything in the standard form. Let's try it in metric. Again, we start off with our 50,000 inches on top, and we plug in this conversion factor. 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. Now we use 2.54 centimeters because that's exact. Now we go ahead and continue in the metric form. We see our inches cancel out. We put 1 meter, which is equal to 100 centimeters. Centimeters cancel out. And here we put in our kilometers, over 1,000 meters. Your meters cancel out. And what we're looking for is on top, which is kilometers. Now we multiply across. Here we're going to go ahead and divide that to simplify it. And here's our answer. So if our ratio is 1 to 50,000, our verbal 1 inch equals 1.27 kilometers. But before we finish, we didn't get a chance to go over all the definitions, so we're going to do a quick open book quiz. Here's a website I designed to help you with your exams. So we're going to run through those very quickly and see how well you do. Let's begin by clicking on the Topographic Maps. On Topographic Maps, how are areas of higher elevation identified as being separate from areas of lower elevation? Contour interval, index contours, contour lines. Oh, I think that's contour lines. Contour lines is the answer. Next question. On Topographic Maps, the vertical difference in elevation every 10, 20, 50, or 100 feet between contour lines is known as contour intervals, index contours, benchmarks. Let's say benchmarks. Okay, that's incorrect. The correct answer is contour interval. On a topographic map, every fifth contour line is printed darker. Example, if every contour line is 20 feet, then 100-foot line is darker. Rule of V, no. Benchmarks, no. Index contours. Okay, we tried benchmarks before. Maybe we'll try benchmarks again. Benchmarks is wrong. As you can see, the difference in coloration, so index contours is the correct answer. Due to gravity, water flows from higher elevation to lower elevation. Contour lines are bent at stream or rivers, forming a V that always points uphill or upstream. Okay, true north, rule of V, vertical. Well, let's go ahead and just click rule of V. And that's correct. Look at the illustration to decide which direction is upstream. Okay, we see where north is pointing. So the V points us to northeast. Next question. Closely spaced contour lines represent steep slopes, while widely spaced contour lines represent gentle slopes. Select the illustration that represents steep slopes. And let's just click one. Okay, that's not correct. Please try again. Select the illustration that represents steep slopes, the ones that are close together. Closely spaced contour lines represent steep slopes. Let's move on to the next one. On a topographic map, you may see illustrations of deep depressions as well as hills. Which one depicts a hill? You select the illustration of a deep depression. Select the illustration that depicts a hill. And that one right there. Move on to the next one. Which one encircles the globe from east to west and are parallel to the equator? Well, we call them fatitudes, so we're going to be latitudes. The prime meridian runs north and south through Greenwich, England. So the other one was latitude, so this one's going to be longitudes. And we go back to the menu. And that is it for this video. Don't forget to look in the information box up under the video for other helpful links. If you like this, comment or subscribe. Take care and thanks.